the extended shopping at Broadway, or whose make company or Mervyn's department, just to find that exact right outfit for this special occasion. When the day finally arrived, I remember my grandfather packing all 11 of us in an 8-passenger Volkswagen van and driving us from Pomona to Glendale. I remember entering into a huge hall, being so overwhelmed with what I saw. From like those balloon arches, a very memorable punch fountain, and an endless delicious dessert table. The entire place looked like a huge candy store as I was memorized by it all. The parties always included wonderful entertainment throughout the years. The most memorable ones were like the mariachis, the magician, the traditional Mexican dancers, and of course, my favorite, the one and only, our very own Santa Claus, aka Uncle Tony. Let's not forget the memorable netting stockings complete with oranges and nuts and strawberry candy. I had so many memories over the years by taking part in the setup. The craft table was one of them. My Aunt Yvonne and I would shop and spend hours prepping for that party, putting together the crafts and individual bags and making everything so special for the kids. One of the most memorable events that I had that has left an impression forever in my heart was giving to the needy family. Uncle Henry, you will never know the extent of what you instilled in all of us youth ones. That was the most memorable moment of the night, packing our cars with all the gifts and food donations and loading a Christmas tree in the back of Uncle Henry's truck. Then driving them through the poorest areas of Los Angeles and arriving at the family's house with lots of gifts and food and the Christmas tree. You should have seen the faces of the families in that moment. It was a blend of relief, happiness, and joy, most appreciation, and gratitude. It was a priceless moment that will forever be in my heart. There was a time when Christmas parties took place in a small house in Glendale, where my great-grandmother would gather her kids thereafter her grandchildren. Before we knew it, the family grew to a point where we started having them at balls. These memories were made because the people in this room took part in creating it. My heart was broken when this event ended. I remember one year in the summer when my grandfather Albert was still alive. We were sitting in his TV room, and in that TV room it was a hot, like sauna hot. And I asked him why the Christmas reunion party wasn't going on anymore. He turned to me and he said, "The family grew apart. No one wants to do their share anymore." My pop was a man of few words, but those words said it all. I knew in his heart he was disappointed. It hurt and it saddened him to see what was once the core of what brought this family together. And now it was gone. From that day, my heart longed for a way to bring us all back together again. Years went by. From time to time, I would see certain family members on occasion and even reunite at someone's funeral. I would always leave telling my husband how sad that these are the only moments we gather together. I would always tell my husband I wish I was wealthy or I had like this huge mansion to host a Christmas party. When we had our son, Stephen Jr., who is now 11 years old, I would always talk about how large of a family we come from. My son always asks questions about our family, and why we don't have parties anymore. Time to time again, I would answer him exactly what my pop would tell me. The family grew apart. Nobody wants to do their share anymore. One day this year, my son came to me And he said, "Mom, why don't you do it? Why don't you plan it?" And shortly after that was a celebration of life for my Aunt Ernestine. I remember that exact moment while we were sitting at our table at that celebration. There was my mom, my Aunt Denise, my cousin Gail, my cousin Arlene, and my cousin Doreen. I told them all I wanted to get this Christmas party going again. And my cousin Gil's exact words were, "Tell me what you need from me, and I'll do it." One by one, they each told me the same thing. I even remember leaving that day and asked Marty what his thoughts were. And he said, "Let's do it, girl. I got you." A few days later, Vicki and I spoke. And she said she would be happy to take part. She willingly chose to do the most thankless, most difficult job of collecting the money. She truly was the rock that I depended on. From that day forward, we came together and made a plan of action. We all contribute in some way to make this event happen. When crunch time came, Vicki and I made a lot of late phone calls, including catching the Black Friday deals at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Woo-woo! Love my Black Friday.
Vicki stood up countless hours working on a slideshow, printing out pictures of each of our deceased loved ones to make such a special and beautiful memory table. She thought of special touches such as like the oranges, the famous strawberry candies that were Grandma Esther's favorite. She went above and beyond with name tags so Aunt Elizabeth could know each person's name and even taking reservations up to the day of the event. Vicki was our rock. And for that, so much more, I can't thank you enough for your dedication and your hard work. I know your mama and Aunt Ernestine is so proud of what you did for this family. Today is not just a celebration for all of us, but it's a celebration to our loved ones that have passed away but took part and shared in this event. I also want to thank Georgie for the generous gifts for purchasing all of the stockings. Krista and Kristen for the photo booth. Doreen and Roger for helping with the cost of the DJ. Alan the photographer for coming down and capturing this memorable moment, and all of the donations that we received from many of you. We have truly gone full circle, and I'm so happy that we can begin to make memories together again. I am ever so grateful. God bless you all, and I love you. So next, I'd like to bring up my little guy, Stephen Jr., and he's going to open us up in prayer, and then we will obviously have our beautiful setting for our lunch.
Please bow your head. Ready? Begin. Lord, thank you for family and friends. Thank you for times like these where we can gather together, create memories forever. Please bless this meal and bless the hands that prepared it. May the food nourish our bodies and fellowship enrich our lives. Most of all, may we always invite you into our hearts, and God bless America. Amen.
So they requested that each of our tables please take a seat, and they'll be calling table by table up, just so we don't all crowd in a certain area. And the coordinator will go ahead and organize that. Thank you, but just stay in your seats until she comes up and tells you guys to come up. Thank you.